Welcome back, folks. Very interesting things which are coming out of Ukraine. There's been some news about Ukraine military using chemical warfares, using drones, especially geared up to drop some type of chemical substance upon the Russian troops. And there is videos which are circulating around on various social medias here and now. Seeing these poor military Russian soldiers being absolutely injured and killed by this chemical weapons. It's against the Geneva Convention of 1925 to use chemical weapons upon military personnel and even civilians, to be precise as well. And it doesn't come to any novelty. These Ukrainians of Kiev and the regime are responsible for war crimes against people. They are responsible for war crimes against their people. In the last 8 years, shelling the people in Donbass, civilians. How many thousands died there? The civilians in the West, exposing them to the Russian bombing of missiles and drones in the last few months or so, bringing the society to total halt. Lack of energy, lack of water, lack of food, transportation. Society's been destroyed. Then you've got the regime, Azov people, which are neo-Nazi military people who follow this neo-Nazi ideology. Their founder, which is Bandera's a character, a type of Mussolini in Ukraine, fascist, basically. And believe it or not, the West is backing these people financially and arming them to the teeth. Not just now, in the last 8 years or so, since they installed a puppet government instead of its legitimate government of 2014. There are even atrocities against civilians. All opposition political parties, mainstream networks which do not follow the narrative are closed. They go out for dissidents. And even trade unions are outlawed in Ukraine. So before I talk about democracy who fight for freedom, I think they should look what's going on in their patch, really. And these poor civilians are paying the price. So the atrocities committed by the clown of Kiev, Zelensky, alias him, and he's just sending his people to slaughter the front and the battlefront, the trench, and using them as camel fodder, slaughtered meat. And there's been heavy casualties in these type of battles anyway on the Ukrainian side. And they are rounding up people not fit and even disabled people to fight in this meat grinding battles with the Russians. Storage people being kidnapped from the streets. The special forces storming into houses looking for people, young men fit for military, to send to the front line with no adequate military training and not knowing where they're going. And when they go there, they're practically abandoned. No food, no type of gear which they can survive. not even ammunition for their weapons. It's a bit like a scenario of the First World War, when who's in charge of the company orders them to charge, and they come out of the trenches onto the battlefield and they get machine gunned down. Or even victim of artillery or mines. It's the same scenario basically. These poor devils are getting slaughtered, and they should ask themselves, are they fighting for Ukraine or fighting for the regime of Kiev? Because I think people there are going to have enough and overthrow this tyrant in the end.